Okay, it looks like we're live. Yay. Yay, we're live.
Right, all right, all
Yeah,
right.
they made me sign in again, which takes a while.
Yeah, yeah. Like I mean, there's all types of bullshit happening, but it's all good. We
Yeah.
won anyway. All right, let's rock and roll.
All right, ready? All right, so welcome back. We talked I guess it was Friday, Monday. I don't know what day it was or
Right.
whatever. So the big news, of course, is the Middle East. Just wanted to know what the updates were there, and I have a few, questions from the other day.
Okay. As far as the updates there, um, there's going to be and there's going to be a lot of things happening that hasn't been shown to the public.
Okay.
Uh, we know that there's a lot of things happening that hasn't been told to the public because the obvious
Right.
censorship. But we do know that they're running out of ammunition. We do know that there's forces there that they have no clue on what they're up against because they said it themselves. They're fighting ghosts. We do know that there will be an invasion of some sorts, and that will be done by the people that will be rearmed to get rid of the dark occupiers.
Okay.
So all that stuff is going to happen, despite what you're seeing on the news and you're seeing Netanyahu say. That man is shitting bricks, literally. The last time we checked on it, the word was he's trying to escape because he knows he fucked up.
Right.
It's not going the way they thought it would, and the people that they thought would back them aren't backing them. And it's because certain forces are showing them, do not interfere, let us take care of this, and we are. So that's the update on that. More and more evidence of that will be shown. You got ships, you got galactics, you got angels, you got Jedi's, you got people that want to see change affecting the outcome of this.
Right.
There's no way in hell that this is going to end their way. Now, just imagine if we would arm all of the protesters.
Oof.
It'd be over in a day, and none of their bombs would stop us. So,
Agreed.
uh, of course, Dad doesn't want that to happen, which is why he wants it to go his way, where everybody doesn't put their own 2 cents into the shit and make it worse, because that's literally what they want. They want a big war. But we're doing things in such a way where they know not to interfere, which is a good thing.
Right.
So that's the update on that. It's things are changing. They're being exposed, and now more and more people are coming out about it and talking about it. You know, a couple of weeks ago, you can barely get any of the news stations to even report on what's happening, and now they are, whether they like to or not. They're reporting it,
Right.
and they're reporting it in such a way where they have no choice but to say what the people want them to hear, because otherwise, you may get your station rated.
Right. Well, and it makes them look really bad if they're pro genocide when, the evidence is for genocide, which, we agree with, and everybody else on earth isn't. So that's going to lose their credibility, which we
Yeah,
want. We want that.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, and they've already lost because they've proven that that's literally what they're doing.
Right. Right.
And our Creator, God, Father, Allah, whatever you call him, He's allowing it to happen because He's done things in preparation for it all. Meaning, once it's done, He's going to show everybody what the purpose of it all was, which is, in my opinion, which is beautiful, fantastic, and a breath of how you say, a
Fresh
breath
air.
of fresh air.
So basically, the average citizen, after this is over, will be able to say, watch a news report or whatever, and say, "Oh, I understand it now." Okay.
Right, right. Even though certain individuals haven't came out and spoken on what's happening over there, the people are watching.
Okay.
The people are watching. We have so many different platforms. I mean, Telegram itself, we all had to go to Telegram during the COVID crap because they were trying to kill everybody then.
Mm.
So we've all migrated to Telegram and TikTok and Instagram and certain websites, and it's even faster on there than Facebook. So we're downloading and sharing things in record time, and nothing that they say is actually what they're of or doing. You got them calling the Palestinians um, Nazis. Okay, they're calling the Palestinians Nazis and they're calling them rabid dogs and shit like that. Like, come on, man, you
Yeah.
can't fool us. That shit don't work no more. Not everybody's listening to y'all no more. Like, you getting people really upset, and it's only going to get worse for y'all. And Dad, he doesn't want people to be upset, to be honest. He just wants people to see it for what it is and keep doing what they're doing to protest it all and protest and boycott all of the industries and the companies that are involved in all this. Mind you, one of their biggest source of income is human meat.
Mm.
So that's literally one of their biggest source of income. So there's a report that just came out where there's 13 billion lost in revenue for Israel.
Right.
Try tripling and quadrupling that,
Wow.
because the off ledgers and the books that the
Yeah.
accounts that are no longer in service because there's
Right.
no longer kids being violated and trafficked and all that stuff.
Mm.
I mean, this is what it all boils down to. That once we stop them from doing what they're doing to the children, there's no more income from them, and all of those said billionaires over there, millionaires over there, will find out they have nothing because their source of income has been lost, annihilated, deleted, and when the new financial system comes into play, they won't have no income at all because they won't have access. So it's like if I were y'all, I would just surrender and give the people back their land and maybe live through this. You understand what I'm saying?
I do. Yeah.
So that's where we're going with that.
And I'm pretty sure they're not going to take your advice because they're this far into the game. Like,
Well, right, and I like I've been saying before, I hope they don't.
yeah.
Even though they're causing all types of chaos and doing all types of stuff,
Yeah.
they don't realize, they don't know what we know. They don't understand that what I'm saying is very true and my capabilities are very real. So I encourage them to continue their madness. That way we can totally eliminate them and move into a new reality without all of this darkness.
Right.
So that's where we're going. It's literally where we're going.
Okay. You had put a video out, I think it was yesterday, and a bunch of soldiers were like creeping around a car, and then it looked like a blizzard, snow, just like rushing by the camera, faster, faster, thicker, and they all basically freaked out and ran away.
Right.
And I believe you said those were Daddy's light bulb balls.
Yes. So those of y'all that have been following me and listening to what I've been saying over the last couple of weeks, Daddy has created these white balls of light, and they literally go everywhere. They're like orbs on
Or
steroids, right? And they go to places and they stay in certain places where it's needed, so that certain things can't happen or won't happen, and the darkness won't come back. So, like I said, I've been saying it for the last couple of weeks, last couple of days, that the videos of what we've been doing out there will come to surface. They're censoring those videos as well. You know, you even got soldiers saying that they're fighting ghosts.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
they really don't know what they're up against. They created these Bibles to make people believe, you know, a certain way, and it's totally not that way. Imagine 20 of us that can do what I can do, and we can do everything. We teleport, we remote view, we astral travel, we eliminate, we move in spirit, we move through dimensions, time, space. You know, it's literally over. We're doing things to them that they never expected and they never thought was even possible. Okay, so that's where we're going with that. Um, Daddy wants us to increase the sightings in that area, heal the people as much as we can, and also let them know that that we're there with them, despite all of the difficulties that they're experiencing. The place will be beautiful. It'll be beautiful all over again. One of the most beautiful places to go visit in the very near future. With all the different technologies that are, coming out now, um, they're actually doing a good thing, because then we can just go in there and remodel everything.
Yeah.
So, and they'll be one of the first groups of people that will experience this stuff because of what they've been going through.
Right.
It's terrible what they've been going through, and the world hasn't even really realized that this been happening for the last 57 years or so, 70 plus years. And it's horrible. You're dealing with individuals that literally are not human. So why would you expect them to cease fire? Why would you expect them to not want to kill everybody? I mean, that's literally what they do. They're like vampires, literally. So the good news is that we got them cornered, and they're doing everything that our Father wants them to do.
Okay. So the bad guys are gonna continue what they're doing until they don't exist anymore. And there's a lot of people in the army that are probably wanting to sneak away. I don't know if they're able to do that, but you said that they are witnessing reptilian corpses over there, that they're seeing that. And
that's another reason why they wanted to shut down the internet also, because they didn't want people realizing or even finding out that an entire line of soldiers just got their legs crippled, broken. Okay, so how did that happen? We can't let people see this.
right.
Okay, that video that you just saw was a surveillance camera.
Right.
That's like nobody was there to film it, but the surveillance camera caught it on film.
Right.
Okay, and then you got evidence of already ships taking missiles out the skies. Then you got evidence of the ships also putting the rockets back on the Israelis. So if anybody says the Galactus can't interfere in what's happening, shut the fuck up, because you don't know what you're talking about.
Well, the spiritual genre, we have I think a lot of what we've been taught is incorrect as well there. And
Absolutely.
yeah. So one of the things, for example, we're taught is we have a life contract, or we have a contract when we come down here, and we play a role and we kind of fulfill the contract. I don't know if that's true or not, but I know a lot of the stuff that I thought I discovered or learned is not true anymore.
Yeah, that part is somewhat true. We did volunteer to come here.
Yeah.
Some of us volunteered to come here for a short period of time, which is what you're seeing, the babies. However, life doesn't end on this realm, on this planet. So when you volunteer to come here, some of us know exactly what you're going to do. It's going to be short and sweet and come back out. And then some of us are literally volunteered to come here and then we're stuck. We're literally screwed. Um, so yeah, me being one of them. So that is true. We also volunteered. I mean, we also were chosen, right? We were chosen to volunteer, if that makes sense to anybody. So we were chosen by Daddy, and we also volunteered. When he chose us, you had the option to either volunteer or not.
Right. Right.
So those of us that were strong enough and knew some of the things that he told us before we came, jumped to the opportunity and came on in.
Right.
When we got here, we were like, "Oh fuck."
We got to be out here how long?
Right. But the good news is that, you know, once we're done with the cabal, right? Once we're done with the reptilian cabal, deep state, Illuminati, satanic, all these fucking different groups that have the same leaders, we will have a new banking system. We will have eternal life. We'll have the cool gadgets to use, and we'll have all types of technology that people thought weren't possible. We're literally going from the Flintstones, right, to the Jetsons, literally. And I know it's hard for some people to understand or even accept that, you know, Dad is allowing all this shit to happen, but I don't. I wouldn't go against what he wants. I don't like it myself. However, I don't know everything. He's in charge of it all, and I execute when I'm told to. Do you think I don't want to go in there and kill every fucking soldier right now? Knowing I can, right? Knowing I can, but you know, it's not, it doesn't happen that way.
Right.
You know, people are talking about a savior and Jesus and all that stuff, and all that is very true. It's very real. However, him is under direct orders. So we have to allow the process until we can get to where Dad wants us all to be, which is, you know, free of the cabal, free of their debt slavery system, free of their medical system. Everything that they created is ass backwards and literally pushed you away from our Creator.
Right. Right.
So that's where we're going. We're changing everything.
So these little children that have been killed in the bombings, and of course their family. I mean, it's not just the kids, but I mean that really affects us so strongly, especially when we have such graphic pictures. They are going to be coming back. You said basically as soldiers, and
Yep.
will that be like now, like really soon, like since it's going on now? And
Yeah.
so they've missed the whole childhood experience. Do they have memories? Like, how does that
Well,
look?
well, just understand that, again, a lot of them did volunteer to do what they're doing, which means they had childhood elsewhere. You understand what that means?
Yes. Okay.
So all they literally did was grew up somewhere else on a different planet or somewhere, volunteered to come here, play their little role, take off, and wait for the big event so that they can come in and finish it off, like I've been saying.
Okay.
So, you know, for those of you that have been following me and listening to what I've been saying, we're literally going to have a wealth transfer and a massive uncloaking at the same time, and they're literally helping that process take place.
Okay.
So,
Now,
you know, they thought they were going to stop everything, but what they did was catapult.
because seeing this violence and all that, it gives you greater authority to go and retaliate and take care of the bad guys.
That's why Daddy said, "It's my turn."
Yeah.
And he said it. It didn't come from me. He said it.
So we like, although we still have sympathy, sadness, shock, all of those emotions about the children being killed, we know that they're in the right place. Obviously, Daddy has the bigger plan in mind. They're
Right.
going to be doing their thing, and it's a good thing. So their sacrifice in this case is a good thing, even though it seems a little convoluted.
Yeah, it definitely is. You know, but as soon as you start to realize the bigger picture, and the bigger picture literally is, we are of light. We our essence does not perish. We are nothing but energetic beings. So once you fully understand that, and again, you have to experience that shit to in order to really know what I'm telling you is true. When you totally realize that, then okay, everything's going to be fantastic. What do I got to do next? You understand? So when you realize that you're nothing but energy and you can't die, and your creator is allowing individuals to come volunteer to make this realm, this earth, a better place, then you start to accept certain things, like you can't change something that he don't want changed, or you have to allow the process because he's in full control. If not if, but when you realize that he can literally take you off the planet and put you back in an instant, you don't worry about nothing no more. So it's difficult until you understand those type of things. And I've done my best to teach the Jedi's how real this all is.
Right.
So
Okay.
one more thing real quick.
Mm.
If, what I've been saying from back in the day, the wealth transfer and the uncloaking of all of the ships and the veils being dropped will happen at the same time. Isn't that what it's happening right now? Is it not?
Yeah.
Okay, so everything else that I say is going to happen too, because Dad's telling me. So the Palestinians will get their land back. The people will be restored. They'll find natural resources. They'll be in control of it, and I'm going to make sure that. And the reptilians that remain will have to deal with tribunals on and off Earth.
Okay.
Wild stuff.
And these tribunals, let's talk about the off-planet ones. Some of us will get to witness in person. Like, how does that look? Is it a courtroom setting and then, or a panel or whatever, and then are they executed right then and there? And like, how long in time does the whole process take for everybody that has been gathered up? That's a lot.
No. In the first part of that question, all of that is possible. All of that can be done. There's many different civilizations, and
Oh,
some of these entities have to answer in multiple districts. Now, when I speak of portals and teleportation and stuff like that, everybody has to realize and understand that a portal is like a literal Stargate. Y'all watch that movie. Um, it's also like Star Trek. Y'all saw Scotty and everybody get beamed up, right? So all of that already exists out there, and the ships are above us already there. So when you open up a portal or you get beamed up, that's literally what happens. You go into the portal, you end up in a different place that looks a lot more cleaner and a lot more futuristic, because it's a different place. So those type of judgment centers, right? I don't want to say courtroom. Those type of judgment centers will be there, and there'll be all types of them. So depending on which one happens where, people will have access to them because they can go through the portals or they can get beamed up. So, for instance, if you're one of the ones that's chosen to report on everything, you'll be notified same way, text message or phone. Hey, we're going to be there at so and so, and can you be ready by this time? And just stand in that little corner over there where we want you to go to, right? That's it. And then next thing you know, boom. One of the individuals that used to talk about stuff like that was Corey Good. He used to go into his backyard and take off, right?
Right.
So all of this shit is real. The problem is the heavy reptilian fucking veils or spells that they put on everybody. They literally sprayed shit in the air to keep everybody hypnotized.
Right.
And even the food and the signals from the towers, all that shit is being melted away, fading away, and you'll all experience all of it depending on whether you're watching it from home or you're directly involved in participating. But everybody will watch it happen. Everybody. So that's how it'll look.
So will the world like pause? Like will normal business pause while we're watching all this stuff and learning all this stuff? Or do we get to opt in and opt out? You know what I mean? Like we've heard through the intel providers that the 10 days of darkness is going to be 24/7, for 10 days, video and blah, blah, blah. And you're going to kind of be forced to watch it, it sounds like. And
well, yeah, that's a good question. I don't really see that happening.
Yeah.
So it won't be paused for a long time. And the great intimidation or the massive unveiling worldwide is mainly for the dark individuals that think their armies or their government officials,
Right.
that's mainly for them, so that they realize, oh shit, the gig is up. Everybody else, especially those that have been paying attention of all this, they'll be able to run around, do what they do, and of course, at that same time, we will be releasing the funds to people, either directly to their accounts, or they'll have to sign up to a D Blue asset. They'll have to, certain banks. I pretty much own the banks, all of them. So certain banks, we might just funnel out money to everybody's account as well. So we want to be able to do it so that everybody's funded while they're learning, and also while the ships are everywhere, keeping those dark fuckers in check.
Okay. So what I think I just heard you say is there's more than, like, I have just like one type of reptilian, but there's multiple species, and they've done bad things on other planets, to other races, other civilizations, and they will be tried for those crimes as well as what they've done here.
Right. So think of it this way. If you was to murder someone here in the US, you go anywhere in the world, you still can be brought back.
Extradited, yeah.
Extradited.
Yeah.
And this is the same for the universe.
Yeah.
So a lot of those individuals will be taken, they'll face trial here, and they may get eliminated, executed, and then their soul essence goes over there, and then they got to deal with that.
Wow.
Exactly. So it gets real interesting when you fully understand and can see what's really happening.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really interesting.
It is interesting. It's very interesting. It's wild.
So, we've talked before. I've got a lot of extraneous questions, but we've talked before about the other districts here on Earth. And, they've been kind of watching what's going on here now.
Right.
Are they going to be involved in any of this?
Most of them already are. And we will be opening up access to those districts as well. But yeah, they are involved with it already. Dad's always telling them what to do. And they do exactly what he wants them to do. Otherwise, they'll have to face the consequences for not doing what he asked them to do. But yes, they are helping.
Okay. Wow. I'm just really it never dawned on me that they would be tried for crimes other than what they've done here. I assumed that they'd be, But you're right about the soul essence, because they can't just pop into a new body. That's not fair, right?
Right, right. And that's what they've been doing for a very long time.
Yeah.
They also had mechanisms where they would trap the consciousness of the people on Earth so that they wouldn't even be able to leave.
Right.
But
Right.
it's over. So, for instance, when Daddy says to evaporate an individual and send them to the ethers, they're literally going to the ethers, which is kind of like a hell. It's like a purgatory type thing, right? And then they're also allowed to, well, even before I get to evaporate them, they get to go there and then watch everything play out. And from there, they get to decide if they're going to do the right thing or do the wrong thing. They still have a chance when they're in the ethers, some,
Wow.
or the stadium, because you got a stadium, you got the ethers, and then you got Pebble Valley and different other locations. This is literally what's happening. If you're in the ethers and you're given a chance to turn to the light and come back and do what Daddy wants you to do, you'll get to stay. Otherwise, you get to graduate from the stadium to the ethers, and so on and so on and so on, and there's no coming back. That's the ultimate punishment. Your soul literally becomes a rock and then gets placed in a field of rocks for a very, very long time. Not being able to talk, not being able to move, drink, eat. You'll just be sitting there in your mind all day long with everybody else.
Oh, that's got to be the worst. I don't understand why they would be up there looking down and not say, hey, I want to be on the right side. You know what I mean? But
Well, that's the thing. Some of them actually do decide they want to be on the right side, and then
right.
some of them are just so far off that they were given chances and they had to be shipped off.
Well, it's like they're on double secret probation. They've had more, like they've had all their, let's call it playtime here. They've gotten caught, and they've got opportunity upon opportunity to do the right thing. It's more than fair. More than fair.
More than fair, which is also difficult for Dad when I have to eliminate them. Like he made me in such a way where, okay, my job is to kill y'all. There's no there's no easy way to put it. My job is to literally kill y'all, whether it's evaporation, whether it's sending a signal to your heart, whether it's making your car run off the road. I could do the same shit y'all be doing. Same fucking thing y'all be doing, I could do it too. With me, I can get away with it because that's my job. What are you going to do? Nothing. You can't. With them, they've been doing this stuff and thinking they were going to get away with it for a long time, and they're finding out that that's no longer the case. They're getting caught and they're getting dealt with almost instantly. The ones that haven't got dealt with is because Daddy wants them to change. Daddy wants them to do certain things, and those that Daddy wants to do certain things, he'll have me put a walk-in on them. Now, everybody saw the videos of dark spirits entering the other person and all that stuff.
Right.
Those are walk-ins, okay? Those are dimensional. You can call them ghosts if you want to, but those are literal beings that can move in and out dimensions and go into a person's body, right? We can do the same fucking thing. We can do the same thing, but we can do it with Dad's authority. That's the only difference. That's a big difference, by the way, right? So we're doing everything you're doing, but we have permission to do it. We have the authority to do it. So what happens when you go into, let's say, a pope, and the pope is told to cease fire, have Israel cease fire? Okay? That pope would have never said that if we didn't put a walking in on his ass.
Yeah.
Okay? So again, people don't understand what's really happening, what we're capable of doing, and how real this dimensional warfare is. You hear 5D chess and stuff like that. So we're playing like 2000 D chess. Okay, for every move they make for thousands of years, we always been ahead of them. We always been watching them. This is why I say we're the oldest, because we are.
Okay. I have I have like so many questions.
I'm
I,
telling you, this shit gets gooder and gooder and gooder.
so you had told us once the great intimidation is when all the ships unveil. And I said something like all the ships, and you said, no, not all of them, maybe like 3 per city. Because if you saw all of them, you'd freak out because there's so many up there right now. Okay. Is that still the plan? Just like enough to show their presence everywhere?
Yep, that's still the plan. Just yesterday, he told me to increase it. So normally he would say increase it as I allow, because I'm always requesting things like, okay, uncloak or reveal the ships all across the world times the Googleplex or something like that.
Yep.
And he'll say as I allow. And yesterday he said in blue.
Ooh.
I said, oh shit, let's go.
Not 3 per city, 3,000 per city.
Right. So, it's whatever happens, and this goes for everything, everywhere, even in your everyday life. Whatever happens, it was designed by our Father to happen that way. So when you're going about your day and things are not going your way, just remember that was planned for you to learn something from it. Just like this was planned for me to be the king of earth and eliminate all the darkness and talk like this and have no consequences because dad is with me and we're not playing games.
Now, a few minutes ago, you said something about the dark forces have a way to trap someone's consciousness. Like when they die, they're not able to get off Earth. Is that what we would call reincarnation? That they send the consciousness back into a new body, or is that a whole different conversation?
Yeah, that's literally what that is. It's a reincarnation that wasn't a natural one.
Right.
So the natural ones are from dad.
Okay.
Theirs were those types where they literally stop certain souls from going back to daddy and then snatching them up and bringing them back. It's literally what they've been doing to the clones too. So, okay. Yeah, they've been having this type of technology for thousands of years, and the people are just finding out about it. And then you wonder why so much information is coming out right now that you didn't even know even was real 10 5 10 years ago.
Okay, so there is reincarnation.
Yes.
Now, I know you said something about this was the last cycle, so I wasn't sure if you meant no reincarnation ever again, that the people that have just passed, we'll never see them again unless we bring them back consciously, or how that worked.
Right, that's exactly what it is. So reincarnations is nothing but energetic soul transfers. So what that means is, okay, so you know how I taught the Jedis how to form energy balls and then send it to wherever it needs to go. Kind of like those daddy balls of light are now everywhere in Gaza, right?
Yeah.
So those energy balls have a consciousness. Our souls, our essence, have a consciousness. So when I tell you that I'm Jesus, that I'm Sananda Galactic, it's because that consciousness, that essence, that energy is now in this body. That's what the people don't understand. So when I say that, they're like, blasphemous. That shut the fuck up. You don't even know what you're talking about. That's literally what it is. That's literally all it is. It's a reincarnation, which is also known as soul transfers. So we can literally move from body to body to body to body as walk-ins, as reincarnations, as energetic soul transfer. Right? That's what that is. That's what it's all about. That's also how we were able to, whip some ass.
All right. So so we know intellectually we're infinite, our souls don't die, we'll be here on around forever, but it's still hard to have a knowing. Like we know it intellectually, but to really just know it in our it's hard. I don't know how else to describe it,
Yeah, yeah, I understand. I understand. I mean, the easiest way to understand is just by accepting that that's what it is, and then watching the validations come through.
Yeah.
Because everybody that all of my brothers and sisters, Jedi's, crew members, they're only with me and follow me and listen to me because I've been validating everything I've been saying, right? So I me and my crew are like the closest to daddy anywhere right now, including the fucking universe. So, and I don't even try to understand that. Okay. I just follow orders. I pick my brain all the time because he tells me certain things, and then it's like, oh shit, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? And then it's like, all right, stop, just chill, allow the process. You understand what I'm saying? Like I literally had to do that. I literally had to do that within the last couple of weeks because of what they're doing to the children and the people over there. That like that shit. He made me with these emotions. I care about that shit. I don't want that shit to happen. It's heartbreaking. It's fucked up. It's insane. It's like, that made me tear up. It's I have the ability to stop it, and then I have to sit and watch it.
Yeah.
So that's difficult for me too.
Yeah.
I don't understand everything Dad is doing right now. I don't claim to know. I don't even fucking want to know, to be honest. I do know that the end result will be what everybody wants: a new reality without cabal, without financial hardship, without reptilians eating our children, without sickness, all that shit. That's the end result. We know that that's what it is because Dad said so. I've also taught the Jedi's how to validate these things, right? I taught everybody how to validate. I taught everybody how to heal like I heal. And I've also been telling everybody to allow the process because we don't have control over certain matters, right? So the best way to understand it all is to just allow the process, listen to what I'm saying, and watch the validations come through. Because once you start that, then you understand this shit is real.
Yeah.
This is real. Holy shit, he's for real. And a lot of individuals that have been listening to my conversations on the phone for the last 8 years, they know I'm for real. So if I say, all y'all do not interfere, let us take care of this matter, and only Daddy's chosens can go into Israel and do what they got to do, what do you think is going to happen? They know I'm for real. They know. I'm in the middle of all the military bases. You don't think they know? So, things are going to go Daddy's way, whether they like it or not. Everything is going to happen according to Dad's will, and that's the best part. Whether we agree with it, or whether we believe it, or whether Smarty's talking shit or not. I mean, I always talk shit anyway, right? It don't matter because Smarty's going to be validated again and again and again and again and again and again. I think I'm literally the only one that got a track record the way that I do. And then you wonder why. Then you wonder why my ass is censored everywhere, huh?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm gonna kill all y'all motherfuckers. There ain't nothing you can do about it. There goes YouTube.
The light just flashed. I have actually seen you blip out a few times, like earlier in our conversation, you left and then you came back real quick. I don't know if we caught that on video.
Yeah, I'm always teleporting, going into areas.
Yeah. So, so we have what we call in the intel the white hats, which is a generic term for the good guys, which really we haven't seen much activity from. We read the real raw news, and we're seeing some things through there, but are the white hats actually organized, and are they doing anything, or are you doing it all?
They are helping. They are doing things. Of course, they won't come out and admit it yet, because even some of them are scared to death, because not only not only did Israel ramp up all this shit that's happening over there, not only did Israel and the reptilians ramp up shit over there, but they ramped up shit everywhere else.
Mhm.
This is why everybody's under attack everywhere.
Yeah.
But like I said, let's arm all of these protesters. See who wins.
Yeah.
Right? Matter of fact, let me train all of those protesters. It'd be over. We don't even need guns. It'd be over. Done.
Wow. You said something the other day about the mafia and ninjas are over there helping as well. And I have this vision of the ninjas all in black with the little, just their eyes out with swords. Like, is that what you're talking about, ninjas?
Exactly.
Really?
Yeah. That's their way of paying daddy back for their misdeeds.
Okay. And
Evidence is coming. Trust me, it always, daddy wants the evidence out.
so when you say misdeeds, they killed some guys they weren't supposed to, or they did some things they weren't supposed to.
Absolutely. They've been doing shit that they're not supposed to for a long time.
Okay.
The mafia too, all of them,
Yeah.
all of the different peoples all around the world. Now's your time. Now's your chance. You want to get right with your creator? Go eliminate some Israelis.
Oh my God. Right.
You don't think they taking me serious? They are too, because a lot of those individuals, especially the elders and the ninja types, they have the abilities to see what we're doing. We're always watching them, watching us conversation, talking,
Yeah.
remote viewing and all that. The monks and all that, they've been trained to do that, so they know that we're here. Okay, and they know that I can do what I say that I'm doing, so they don't fuck around either.
Right.
So not only do I got an army off planet, but I got an army on planet that nobody even realized that they're part of my army.
Okay.
So you fucked up big time.
Okay. It's good though. Now, the other day you said that we are daddy's original creations. And I'm kind of stuck on that. Like, so do you mean us humans, or us, we're the first ones he created we have special powers? Were we created before angels, other ET races? Like,
Oh, it's me and my crew mostly.
Okay.
Only because we were the first humans created.
Okay.
For instance, Sananda, which is who I really am, I was the first. Which is why they even call me the Alpha and the Omega, the first and the last. For every planet Dad makes, I'm the first one on it, whether I'm in human form or this form or that form. My essence is the first one on each planet. And the crew, the inner circle that he puts there with us, are the first ones. You remember that video that I made on the yellow box, and I was showing everybody the little
Universe.
circle and the universe, and we're from here, and y'all fucked up over here. So then we had to come in.
Yeah.
That's who we are.
Yeah. I actually like that one. It really it makes the point, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now you own or rule or I don't know what the right word is, multiple galaxies. Is that true?
Yes, ma'am.
You're
They're kingdoms. Daddy calls them kingdoms, and
all right.
they're all mine. They're all my kingdoms under Daddy's God. If you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So all of the different kingdoms, I'm the king of each one, but everything goes according to Dad's will.
Are there any that you're not the king of?
They are, and most of them are in this galaxy.
Ooh, okay.
That's only because we haven't went there yet, but we're coming.
Okay. Wow. I'm really curious about all this. So we talked about reincarnation. So the people that die now, okay, they're going to like another reality, let's call it. They have a life elsewhere, and they may or may not be coming back through the chambers. Is that true?
Yeah, some are not supposed to come back because they have other things to do elsewhere.
Yeah.
They came and did their part, and now they're going back to their families.
Okay. Will we know when we get our crystalline bodies and we have our memories, will we know that that person should or shouldn't come back or whatever? Will we have that knowing?
Yeah, because you'll have the your full consciousness will be restored and your memory will be restored. So
Okay.
there's certain people now that are all beside themselves because I miss my mother, I miss my father, and then next thing you know, when all this shit happens, oh, you wasn't really my mother or father. Oh shit.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of, I'm going around in a circular way, but that is kind of where I'm going. Is like a
Yeah.
lot of us have had family members die in the past few years,
Right.
and just wondering, it would be nice to see them again. But
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you another little insight. There's certain individuals that are a part of my group that are also my children.
oh,
So, and they're my children because they're here playing their part. And the crystalline chamber, after they're done, the crystalline chamber will put them back to where they are, and of course they'll still be my children. We'll have our original bodies. I'll be the Sonata Galactic, and some of the crew members are my children.
wow.
Yeah, so that's a whole nother.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
It's the consciousness, right? It's
Yeah.
it's literally my children are also here volunteering.
Yeah.
So they grown up, they passed this level, and then they use portals to come back and forth, and now they're in new bodies taking care of business with us. You understand?
You do. Wow.
So yeah, that's another reason why we never lose. You know how I'm always saying I never lose? Now you know why.
Wow. Okay.
Not well, daddy's the reason why we never lose, but
Right.
um, daddy's the ultimate reason why we never lose. But yeah, we're doing that too.
So bottom line is we really have to stop worrying about the physical body. Like somebody sees you and they're like, he's just a guy, a guy, like he can't do anything. And they don't realize that there's so much more behind you or
Right, right,
whatever. Okay. All
right.
right. Wow.
Did you know that back in the samurai days, they all had super crazy swords that use energy to even pull out? The wild part about the samurais is that they will all be on either side of the field, and then the leaders would come out, right? So the two leaders would come out on the field, and then what would happen is they would stand far apart from each other like this. Their astral bodies would go up and fight each other in the realms. And then when one of them gets killed up there, the body down here falls, and then everybody on that side goes on that side because he won.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So
No.
that's literally what I'm doing right now to everybody that shouldn't be doing what they're doing.
Wow. Okay.
You can look it up. It's documented. Matter of fact, there's also depictions, or however you say that. There's paintings that show soldiers fighting in the skies. You ever saw those paintings?
Yeah. And I've also heard, that the angelics fought a battle here. And, you talked the other day about Earth has been cleansed multiple times, which I agree with.
Yeah.
And so I'm assuming that the angelics have helped with that multiple times as well.
Yeah. So yeah. So the angelics here are literally daddy's. They're mine and daddy's army. They're the top of the top. So you got reptilians, you got archons, you got palladians, and then you got me and the angelics. That's why there's only one of me. That's why I can do it all by myself, right? Because they all follow me. They don't follow any other groups. Um, that's one of the reasons why we always win too, because at any point in time, me or my crew can pop up on you and you won't even know. And I've been telling everybody for years, the reptilians, we treat them like they're nothing. And everybody down here is afraid of them, which is why we're in the situation that we're in, because the reptilians would take some of these individuals, mainly the artists and politicians, into a room, show themselves, and then they're like, oh, starstruck, scared to death. And then the reptilian is telling them what to do. Next thing you know, you're trapped because you just seen this fucking big ass snake figure tell you what to do. And if you don't do what he tells you to do, he's going to come after you and your family. You don't know what the fuck is going on, what the fuck just happened. And then that keeps your ass shut for the rest of your life, doing their bidding.
Right.
Okay? Because that's what's happening.
Yeah.
That's literally what's happening. Now, the angelics have been here the whole time. The whole time. Just like me, I've been here the whole time. My last trip wasn't when I was Jesus, Yahshua. I've come and gone. But those are one of the ones people will remember.
Right.
They will remember this one here, right? Because from here, I'm going to merge into my Sananda Galactic look, and I'm not going nowhere, ever. So whether people believe that or not, it doesn't even fucking matter at this point, because I'm going to show them. And once I start showing everybody, what are you going to say then?
Wow. Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah, you've just kind of blown my mind again. a few more times, but I love it because it's expansive, and then I get to think about it. And like, there's so many things I don't know, and I want to know history. So we have cleansed the earth multiple times, and this time, basically, the choice was made, or the decision was made. Let's not like wipe everybody out and start from scratch. Let's start with this technology and make it better. So we just have to get rid of the dark forces, basically.
Right. So daddy never really destroyed the earth like they say he did. The people on the earth destroyed the earth, and then we had to clean up. So if you do your research, you'll find out that there was multiple civilizations on each continent on earth for thousands of years. Okay, thousands of years. So daddy was involved in the cleanup and the rebuilding to a certain extent, because he allowed certain beings to do the right thing. He gave everybody free will. The reason why we're at the last cycle is because all of those beings that have been here, been coming in and out for thousands of years, have reached their endpoint, all at the same time.
Okay.
They were warned over and over and over again, warned over and over. Okay. Do I care if they fuck up or not? Absolutely not. They've shown me that they don't even, that they shouldn't even be around. So my job is to take them out. My job is to heal, destroy, restore, eliminate, all the above. That's literally my job. So when it's time for one of them to go, I don't hesitate because you showed me why I shouldn't hesitate. You showed everybody why I shouldn't hesitate.
Okay.
Got it?
Yep. Yep. Wow. Okay. Now I have just a lot of miscellaneous questions. Is that
All right.
okay? All right. So
Yep.
you took the dome down over our district in 2017. This is a ridiculous question. What color was it?
It was like a bluish glass type color.
All right. I don't know
And
why. Yeah, go ahead.
go ahead.
No, I'm just like, I had a vision the other day but it's been erased out of my mind, which is why the question appeared, like what color it was. Like it wasn't clear. It was a bluish clear.
Right. So it literally looked like a glass, and there was layers of the dome, and each layer had a mechanism that if it was triggered, the reptilians would blow certain bombs on the dome.
Right.
Now, the dome itself was put here by the Martians when they left Mars. They landed in Antarctica 2 billion years ago. That spacecraft that's over there that me and your daughter saw.
Yeah.
We know it's there. Michael Salas looked at us like we were fucking weirdos, right? So that spacecraft was landed there 2 billion years ago, and the Martians put up the dome. Now again, everything's been infiltrated, but the dome itself had multiple layers, kind of like a rainbow, and then each layer had a mechaning device that if it was tampered with, they would blow up this part of the district. Okay. So what I ended up doing was Daddy showed me exactly what to do, so I did it. I'm sitting in the pool, and I'm just looking up, and then I've already known about the layers because Daddy showed me and he told me, and all I did was go, boom. I blast the energy blast going straight up, boom. And at the same time I did that, I'm neutralizing the layers and the bombs with frequencies. Boom. And next thing you know, there was a fucking big ass hole in the dome, and that that allowed the angelics to come in more. Right. And then the galactics, they showed me the scene where they had the what do you call it? They had the pamphlets, the strategy board,
like blueprints and stuff, right?
Yeah. They had all that shit on the table, and then they were like, went like that with the strategy sheets and threw it on the fucking trash.
Now, I remember like when this happened, like you told me about it. I lit up in goosebumps, and then we did a couple recordings while you confirmed it. All right. And my daughter said you were the only one that could have done that, and it had to be done. Why did the Martians initially put that up? Was it to terraform and keep their air in, or like?
Yeah, it was to protect themselves and all that stuff because they were seeking refuge, and that's why they did it.
Okay.
However, it'd been, just like the cabal, they're infiltrating and changing every fucking thing.
Yeah.
So that's that had to happen because Earth was a reptilian stronghold, and before that they had to use portals to come in and out, which is why you hear certain people like Hillary Clinton saying we can't get through the glass wall because your dumbass don't realize you have to teleport out of here, stupid, right? So since the dome is gone because every layer of the dome was neutralized and evaporated over a period of I think a month or so. This was all recorded on the Real Truth Call because I was doing it live. So after that, it was just like, oh shit, he's up. Who was that? And they all realized I was here, and even some of the good guys mainly one of them on the call told me not to say nothing about it. And I'm like, okay, I won't say nothing about it right now. But of course, I got a big ass mouth, and I told everybody.
Well, you just answered some subsequent questions. Like, we know that the angels have been inside the dome before, but it wasn't easy for them to get in where now it is.
Yeah, because they had some type of it was kind of like a mist or whatnot, and they had like smoke type things and different mechanics that would entrap them every time they would come in. They would literally try to keep them hostage and then, kill them or whatnot. A lot of beings were actually caught that way. But after I did that, it pretty much opened up everything. And, all of those type of devices and stuff I've been neutralizing throughout the years. And if you listen to the Jedi calls back in 2017 up until now, you'll realize that I've been working on slowly unveiling all this shit. And now we're at the point where we're literally going to see who our real enemies are. Literally, like, we're literally going to see these guys. They can't hold their form no more. They can't, their AIs don't work no more. None of their technology is effective against me and my crew. They try to kill, my second in command every day. And they're till this day they're wondering, how is he still alive? Okay, we are still alive because we belong to Dad. We work for Daddy. What part do you not understand? We work for your creator. And even the piece of shit y'all worshiping, Daddy made them too. Oh, and the piece of shit that y'all worshiping is no longer around because we eliminated him too. Or them, it, her, whoever the fuck y'all want. Wow. So the best thing for y'all to do is turn to the light, and do the right thing, or you'll cease to exist. That's it. There's no way out. There's no way to escape. No way. Like that poster says, I'm not in here with them. They're in here with me.
Well, like we came up with a slogan the other day, come in peace or go in pieces, right?
That's real. That's real.
Wow.
That's real.
Right.
Wow. It gets real interesting. And of course, Dad wants me to come out and talk about this type of stuff. He's been holding me back.
Right.
Even in some of the calls, I've been slowly educating the people on what's really happening, which is why all of the crew members and the Jedis, they're calm, they're doing what they got to do, they're reinforcing things, and they're also waiting. Everybody's waiting for their new bodies, their new wealth, and they're waiting to get to work. Yeah. Everybody's waiting. We're all waiting. We don't have a choice but to wait. We are allowing the process and showing our faith to our Father.
Right. And I just want to say, a lot of us are not supposed to be working jobs right now, which, and I didn't understand that, but we're supposed to be focusing on this right now. So that's why many of us either got laid off or something happened to disrupt our job,
Exactly. Yeah. Because now we're doing our real jobs.
This is the important thing. Yeah.
This is the real important job. Right. And every little thought counts. I've been talking about what's been happening since the beginning of this shit, and Dad don't want us to be mad. He wants us to broadcast heavy love and light blankets in that area. Keep your emotions intact because that's how they can get in, and focus on cleaning things up, exposing it all, and healing everybody until we can physically get to them.
Right. Okay. All right. I have just a few more quick questions. Is that okay?
Go ahead.
Right. So one, well, okay. Let me just Ask them. My question is, I know there are some, we'll call them non-true or darker Jedis in the group, and I'm assuming that you allow them for multiple reasons. The first being that you're hoping that they turn to the light and do what they're supposed to. The second is for discernment of the other people to recognize that they're not who they say they are. Is that kind of, am I on track there?
That's
So,
exactly the case. Yes.
okay. So the question I was asked, which is a good one, is how can these people hold the holotech products, or how can they possess them and not, like, like be repelled by them, I guess is the way to say it.
Well, it's also
Is it
it's also daddy allowing it too,
okay?
because they think because they can hold it that they can get away with certain things
Okay.
until they come up missing and they realize, damn, I was set up too.
Okay. Thank you. You just cleared that up, because I got the first 2 points. I get it, but like, most dark entities I would think would be repelled by the holotech products, right? Yeah. Yeah.
That was for Genesis. She says she's watching the live.
Oh, is she?
Yeah,
Awesome. I haven't seen her since she was just a little girl,
I know, right? All right. Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna have events soon,
Can't
but
wait.
yeah, there's even people that got some of the devices and don't realize that the devices are literally recording everything that they're saying.
You had mentioned something a couple years ago, and I was like, that's why that person got that item. I had a feeling it was your way of like popping in or whatever, or keeping track of that person. And I think I
Well,
would, yeah.
yeah. Well, dad is dad is in control of everything that I do and say. Everything. There's literally nothing that that hasn't been orchestrated by him.
Right, right.
Whether I agree with it or not, it's still him doing it. And y'all heard me back in the day, and even till this date, I gotta heal people that I don't even fucking want to heal. Okay, but I have to put my bullshit aside and heal the person,
Right.
and then let them go screw their fucking life up. But it's like that video with the guy in the boat asking for, the guy's drowning in the water asking God for boats, and
Oh,
daddy gives him boats and gives him a tugboat, a ship, a small boat, and he denied all of them. And then at the end, he's like, well, why didn't you save me? What do you mean? I sent my son. He saved you. You didn't listen to him.
yeah. You didn't hop in the
Right?
boat. Yeah.
Yeah, you could have jumped on 3 fucking boats, you stupid ass.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. Now, and then I had another question, so I'll put it in my own words. Um, Sometimes you'll get a holotech product and you feel the vibration, the energy immediately, and sometimes people don't. And so they want to know, is it they're acclimated to that vibration? I don't know how else to say it. They want to know why they don't always feel the vibration.
That's a real good question. And you, you you're not meant to do everything or feel everything.
Ah,
You will eventually, gradually, if that's what daddy wants you to experience. But that doesn't mean a bad thing. It doesn't mean you're dark. It doesn't mean that you're light or extra light. It doesn't mean nothing. If you put the sticker next to your car and your car starts steaming,
yeah.
it's working. Whether you feel it or not, it's working. There's even people that text me talking about the chip doesn't work. What do you mean the chip doesn't work? Everything works. Put it on side of your car. Oh yeah, the car's steaming, but it's not saving gas. Huh? What? So yeah, stuff like that. And there's some cases where I don't even feel the shit, and I'm not supposed to. And there's a reason for that too. Let's just say somebody sends a certain energy weapon at me or hits me or whatever, I won't even feel the shit. So even though that's not possible, well, anything's possible. But even though that won't be the case, um, it's not a bad thing. Just use it. I will say this: if you want to become more and more energy sensitive, drink a lot of water that's charged. It will increase your energy. And you can also ask our creator to let you feel the vibration. Better yet, let him allow you to see it.
Awesome.
Because some people can see the energy field around it. Some people can't.
All right.
Go ahead. Real quick. When I first started all this stuff, I loved all the energy sensitive people because I would say, hey, let me get that ring right there. Are you energy sensitive? Yeah. Let me see your ring. They'd give me the ring. I go, give it back to them. How's that feel? Ooh, what'd you do? You understand what I'm saying? So I love those individuals in the beginning of all this stuff because they helped me validate what Daddy was telling me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And everything Daddy tells me gets validated for the last, 20 plus years. So you don't have to convince me of anything Daddy tells me because if he tells me, that shit's gonna happen.
Okay. And then, so if we charge an organic item like food or a non-organic item like a jewelry or whatever, the frequencies will stay in that item until it's either consumed or destroyed in some fashion. Is that true?
Right.
Like, in other words, if we charge now a drop of water, let's say we charge a drop of water, and then we throw it down the sink, and it goes out into wherever. Is the frequency from that water spreading out to the other drops of water wherever it is?
It will, but only to a certain extent because it becomes diluted.
Okay.
Which is also another reason why if you have a charm, right? If you have a charm next to your cup of water and you drink the cup of water and you have halfway, you drink half of the cup, you then have to when you fill it up, you have to recharge it again because the rest of the water that you had in here, you just diluted it.
Okay.
Got it?
Good answer.
Yeah.
Well, I just
right.
want to make sure it was answered correctly,
So that's another reason why the gas chips are a thing because we used to do it from the cell phone. Remember that?
Yeah.
I used to send the text messages to people's cell phones. You can still do it, by the way, and take the image and hold it next to their gas tank, and the car will start steaming. They'll save gas. However, since they didn't have a chip on their car, they had to continue to pull their phone out, put it on the gas tank or by the gas tank door and charge it again.
Yeah.
With the chip, it's permanent. You open up the gas tank, the chip is on the door, you put the gas in, it's constantly charging, no matter what.
It's passive and brainless, which is what I like,
Oh, yeah. So eventually that same chip, we send the right signal and you'll be able to put water in your car.
Okay. Almost to the last question, the crystalline chambers that we can purchase through your website, okay.
Yep.
I had so this could lead to a longer conversation about grids and things, but people wanted to know like how to use them. Can they use them with a photo, a name of a person that needs healing on a piece of paper, or through their phone, or all of the above? And you see, shoot, I've got all my stuff stacked because I'm working on somebody right now.
Right.
And so I've got like 4 wands. Got a little pile over there. I'm giving it super.
You got a powerhouse over there.
I'm charging, baby.
That's right.
I'm letting them steep. So the person wanted to know like how specifically to use that chamber and also what its purpose was, like a bigger use for it.
Yeah, so basically you can use it just as everything else,
Yeah.
including the orgon pyramid type thing, because the energy is focused upward, right?
Right.
Um, it's meant to be a representation of the actual chamber.
Right.
So eventually, when Dad allows, you will have the chamber in your house.
Ooh.
It'll be we'll have to add certain things to it, and then direct everybody on how to use it and where to put it and how to use it. But all that will be coming down the line. The best part is just having it because like every other device that I make, it's way ahead of its time, way ahead of its time. Okay, why do you think I got shit tons of D blue coins? Because they're ahead of their time. So all of the products, they all mainly have the same frequencies, literally all of them. However, they're used in different ways, and there's more energies for one field than there is in another. But the crystalline chambers, are a representation of the original. Wait until you guys see this shit. You're gonna be like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" But but they're a representation of it, and it will start the process of you literally walking into the chamber. If you have vivid dreams of walking into the chamber and then seeing yourself as a whole new figure, you know why.
Ooh. Interesting.
And dreams are not dreams, by the way. They are different realities.
Right. I often write little blogs about some of those things that I remember. I remember snippets, and it's really exciting. So, we talked the other day about the pyramid. What is the radius of the pyramid? I mean, I know the energy goes up to basically infinity, but how far out? 50 feet, 1,000 feet?
They're literally um they're literally like an orb. I mean, not an orb, like like an orb. But
Trying to get to your questions, everybody. All
all right, so
right.
this is the first public. This is the first. Actually, this is going to be the private one for now. Teleportation.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so you lay this on the ground, and the portal opens up, and you can travel anywhere around the universe.
Wow.
So that's the first one. Those are be private initially, well, in the beginning. They'll be private, but they'll also be in certain locations around the world for private travels, me and my crew, until Daddy allows us to mass produce them.
Wow. That's going to be a bitch to ship.
Who said we have to ship it?
Yeah, true. We'll just portal in, right?
That's
Yep.
right.
Yeah.
Put it on my back. Yo, what's up? Here, take this shit. I gotta go.
Wow.
That's
That
what we're
is
getting
so
ready to do.
Yeah.
That's what we're getting ready to do. I'm about to start popping in on people the way that I'm doing it for them. I'm gonna do it for some of y'all. Oh, you thought I was joking, huh? Here, take this shit. I gotta go. Did that shit just happen?
Wow. How long is that? 3 feet, 4 feet?
Yeah, it's 3 feet.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's getting interesting. It's getting real.
It's getting very interesting. Yeah. I think we covered, the questions I had written down. So you said basically the pyramid is about a mile radius. The Vibranium Charger, the big one that's 5 or 6 inches, probably about the same
Yeah.
radius. Wow. I didn't expect that answer. I didn't realize how wide it went out.
Well, again, if y'all use the method, y'all can increase it, but that's set. That's a set.
That's crazy good. Yeah.
That's why people don't even, I get a kick out of somebody when they say, "Oh, your charm don't work. Oh, this thing don't work. Oh, this is okay."
Yeah.
It's like so you gonna tell your creator that what he had me made for you don't work? Okay. Don't make no sense.
I am I had someone that called me with trouble last week. They had an open portal in the bedroom, and wow, is that cool?
Go ahead, open portal. I didn't
Anyways,
mean to cut you off.
there was an item that was dark that was causing this portal, and they were having all sorts of attacks and stuff come through, blah blah blah. I told them to put a Smarty charm on the portal to stop it. It seems like it worked.
Yeah, it does work. But you can also request the angelics or something to
Right.
well, you can close the portal yourself and then have the angelics cover any other portal that may open in the area.
Right.
Not too long ago, you sent me a video of a glowing being that was in the drainage of the house.
Yeah.
Um, that was actually a protective type being. So not everything that people are seeing is bad.
Right.
But the problem is that people don't understand these things and they get freaked the fuck out.
Yeah.
So the best way to stop yourself from freaking the fuck out is just okay, if this is of the light, you can stay. If not, you gotta go. That's it. That's it. And then use your energy. That's it.
Same house, same people. And what happened is I woke up in the middle of the night. I don't always sleep well, and I saw that, and I did freak right out. I never even I did. I freaked out. I'm in bed. Oh my God. But it never dawned on me it could be a light being. Like
Yeah,
never.
I look. Yeah, I looked at it and I said, "Oh, look, it's so cute."
Yeah. So Smarty wrote back and said it was a light being. I'm like, are you sure? Because
Matter of fact, yeah, exactly. That one little video of that little it looked like a little like a Smeagol from Lords of the Rings when he's running through the garage and flipping over trash cans and shit. I sent that shit to B and I was like, check this little fool out, right? I says, should you want me to evaporate this food? And B's my second in command. He's like, nah, Daddy said to just make sure he gets some food. Okay.
One of those little buggers that looks like Gollum from the Lord of the Rings took a chunk out of my arm.
Oh shit.
And I'm
That's
like,
out.
it hurt like a bitch. Okay. And I'm like, hello. I closed my eyes. He takes a bite out of he takes the meat out of my arm. I'm like, I can see you. And he kept biting me and tried to rip my arm to shreds.
Yeah,
So
that's
no longer. It hurt. We laughed. It hurt bad.
well, that's those types of things are real, right? But when you understand that you're nothing but energy, you can get rid of that little bugger and then reform your arm.
Yeah.
That's literally where we're going anyway. That's where we're going.
Yeah, I got rid of him, but it took me, I was surprised because I wasn't expecting that. I've had a lot of unusual things. I've been writing them down because I was told to. About a year and a half, I was like, make a website now. And I'm like, okay. And so I did. And it's been fun.
You heard what happened to the fairies and shit when they came around me. They still telling everybody about that shit.
Yeah.
Every time we release a new set of angels, they're like, yeah, the fairies told us about you. Just get to work.
That's so funny.
It's true. It's true. And even look, check this out. Even in some of the military meetings and shit, the stuff that they're meeting on right now, they're like, for instance, they have a conversation about me, right? And they're like, this guy's got to be real. And then the fairies pop up. They're like, yeah, he's definitely real. And they're like, who are you guys?
So when these military guys talk about you, what do they call you?
They just call me Smarty too.
Oh, wow.
Everybody knows me as Smarty because that's just it. Some of them use my first name, which is John, but that's only because it's on paperwork, right? But my name is, you can call me Smarty. If you want to get technical, you can call me Sananda because that's my real name. You can call me whatever you want. Just get your ass to work.
You
Yeah.
know, it's so fun. Like, you know what? When I talk to you, like whether it be on the phone or whatever, it's like my intuition is increased. And I kind of, when you describe something, I see it in my head clearly and easily. Where if once we're off or whatever, then I'm like confused again a little bit.
All,
Does that
all,
make
all up, all up in your fucking head again.
yeah. I make myself crazy. But like I love thinking about all this stuff. Like I mean, yeah.
just to be a part of it and knowing that it's real.
Yeah.
Because you've experienced the things that you've experienced. No one can take that from you. You did the training. It's validated. Like, just being a part of this is mind blowing.
Right.
So imagine all the other people that are going to come and realize this. Of course, we're going to get haters and whatever the fucking case is, but the end result will be people wanting to learn and wanting to do and experience everything the rest of us already know.
Right.
So when we're in these groups and you see the chats and all the comments, you see dark, stupid ones, just bypass it, leave it alone. If you see people that want to know more, help those people out. Everybody else, let them go screw themselves.
Right.
Whatever.
Right.
We don't got time for that shit. We're literally working, and those are distractions anyway.
Right. Okay. Good. Anything else you want to present today?
Well, the only thing Daddy wants right now to focus on is uh, more protests to expose, getting rid of the all the organizations, boycotting them, and also making sure their ammo and stuff runs out, stuff like that. And let's see, returning the land back to Palestine and covering the whole area with love and light blankets. I woke up this morning saying what a lot of the Palestinians say. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. I literally woke up saying that shit over and over. I said, yeah, it's on. So just focus on where we're going to. We're going to a reality where no matter what your background is, no matter where you're at on Earth, you have a creator who loves you, who cares about you, who wants you to succeed in everything you do, and you have a big brother to help you make sure those things come to fruition. Um, and we'll all get there together. This has nothing to do with race. It has to do with evil and good. And evil is taking a beating right now. A beating. Okay. Um, let's see. That's it. Everybody just stay in that high vibration, love and light, and let's get to work. Let's finish these fools off.
Okay. So exciting. And I thank you for everything. I can't, well, I shouldn't say it that way. I'm very excited to see how it's going to shake out and how
Me
things
too. Me
on
too.
either side.
Hey, I got a city to build. I got a palace to build. I got infrastructure to build worldwide. We got free energy to release, chambers to release, financial blessings to release. I still got a lot of work to do. Okay. So, I don't stop here.
Well, you've got a lot of good people that will be helping you. You know,
exactly. And we got a lot of good people that will be helping, and that don't even know they'll be helping because they
right,
haven't found us yet, or they haven't
right,
came yet.
right.
So it's exciting. It's very exciting. And we got people all around the world that are paying attention. Okay. So um it's exciting, even though we're all experiencing or seeing what we're seeing on certain dark people, things, beings. But everything is going daddy's way, whether they like it or not. The best thing they should do is to turn to him, ask for forgiveness, um, or not. Don't matter to me. Other than that, we're good to the next one.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate everything you've done.
Thank you. Thank you.
All
You
right.
too.
All
And
right.
all the rest of the guys. I love y'all. Continue the good work, and let's turn this planet right side up.
So exciting.
All
Thank you again.
right.